All right. All right. Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash, Brakatham, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and the salute and the shalom to all the Akim that are out here laboring and pushing this truth in all sincerity and in truth. The title, the title of this live stream is "Will You Bow?" aka Take the Chip. All right. One of the brothers from the Mississippi camp, he did a lesson titled Romans 13 from a Daniel's uh, 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 a perspective. All right. Now let's get Romans 13 and 1. All right. All right. This is Romans 13 and 1. It says, let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of Yahweh. The powers that be are ordained of Yahweh, right? It says, whosoever resisted the power, resisted the ordinance of Yahweh. And they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation, right? Now, who's in power right now? The Roman Empire, right? Okay, so we are under their rule, right? Now, when the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip, when that is implemented, will you resist that, Jake, or will you be under their rule? Okay, because during the time of Daniel, who was in power? King Nebuchadnezzar, right? Now, because Nebuchadnezzar, he wanted everyone in Babylon to bow down to the golden image that he had set up. All right, Daniel 3. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm just going to get certain parts. Let's see. Okay, this is Daniel chapter 3 and verse 2. It says, then Nebuchadnezzar, well, I'll start at 1. Nebuchadnezzar, the king, made an image of gold, whose height was 3 cubits. It's like it was 3 square cubits, and the breadth thereof 6 cubits. He set it up in the plain of Dura, in the province of Babylon. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king sent to gather together the princes, the governors, and the captains, and kind of the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces to come to the dedication of the image that Nebuchadnezzar, the king, had set up, right? Verse 4 says, Then an herald, right, a messenger cried aloud, To you it is commanded, O people, nations, and languages, all right, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, um, uh, dew climber, and all kinds of music, ye fall and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. Whoso falleth not down and worshipeth shall the same hour be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace, right? So Nebuchadnezzar, he had put out, right, he told his servants, his counselors and all that to put out this decree that whoever does not obey him and obey God the decree, they must be put to death. Okay? Now, let's jump down. Okay, verse 10. It says, no, well, verse 8, it says, Wherefore, at that time, certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews, right? They spake and said to the king, Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. Thou, O king, hast made a decree, see, that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, um, dulcimer, yeah, dulcimer, and all kinds of music, shall fall down and worship the golden image. And whoso falleth not down and worshipeth, that he should be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. There are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Right? So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, whose actual names are Azariah, uh, uh, Hananiah, and Mishael. All right. Says then Nebuchadnezzar, in his rage and fury, commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king. Right? And Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Right? So he gave them another chance, right? He said, all right, cool. Well, I'm going to give you another chance to uh to bow down and worship the golden image which I set up. Okay? This is their response, right? Now, if ye be ready, at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, the dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning sluggy of a fiery furnace. Who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands? This is Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego's response. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. They basically said, what? We don't have to. They basically told him that they don't have to explain themselves to him. They don't have to answer him. Right? Right? It says this. If it be so, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace. He will deliver us out of thy hand, O king. Right? You can really see. Okay. Right? So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they were cast into the burning fiery furnace, right? And were they delivered? Yes, they were. Right? And who delivered them, man? Well, Yahweh did. Okay. Now, Jay, even though even though the Roman Empire is in power right now, right? So we are under their rule, all right? Jay, even though we are under their rule, that don't mean that we got to do everything they say. Okay, Jay, you don't have to do every single thing they command us, man. Such as taking the chip. We don't have to do that, man. We don't have to do that. Okay, we don't have. We do not have to do that, man. We don't have to accept homosexuality, man. We don't have to accept transgenderism, man. We don't have to accept that shit, man. Okay, so we don't have to accept the mark of the beast, man, which is the RFID chip. We don't have to accept that, man. Jake, so basically we gotta pay taxes and all that, right? We gotta stop at stoplights and all that. All right, cool, no big deal. But Jake, you will have to make your mind up, man. Okay? If all right, even all right, Jake, if you're going to take the chip, okay. If you're not, good. Okay. But you must be ready to be put to death if you don't take the chip. Okay, because Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in ancient Babylon, they were sentenced to death, right? So Jake, those of us that don't take the chip, we are going to be sentenced. We are going to be sentenced. So I get we are going to be sent. We are going to be sentenced to death. Okay. Hold on real quick. All right. So it says Romans 13:1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers. Right. So we are under Esau's rule. Right. Now, like I said, we got to pay taxes and all that. We gotta, we gotta get a driver's license. We gotta, um, we gotta do all this shit just to function in this society, right? To so we got to do all this shit to function in this society, right? Jake, Jake, follow his orders until we can't no more. Okay? Follow Esau's orders, like paying taxes and all that, until we can't anymore, man. Okay? Because an unrighteous decree is what? Is Esau forcing everyone to take the chip, man. That's an unrighteous decree. Let's get this. Read this. This is Isaiah 10:1. It says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, that write grievousness which they have prescribed." Right? Right. So an unrighteous decree is forcing the citizens, right, and forcing the world to take the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. That's an unrighteous decree. Okay? Now, all right, Jay. Now, the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip, that's an idol. That's an idol. Okay? Let's get Revelation 13. Revelation 13:16, it says, "And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." Right? Now, he calls it, real quick. I don't want this to fall or anything. He calls it, right? Revelation 13:16. What's the word for calls it? Poio, I guess.
Strong's G 4160. Poeo.
Okay. So Esau, he will basically um he will basically he will basically make a declaration that everyone in the whole world will have to take the RFID microchip, right? It says to make, right? To make ready, to prepare, right? Okay. Um, right. So this RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast, that will be forced on everyone. Okay. So everyone will have to go through this, right? Now, some won't take it, some will, right? Now, those of us that don't take it, we could face death. Okay? So if you take it, you're going to be put to death by Yahweh Shah. Okay? If you don't take it, you you will be sentenced to death by who? By Esau. Okay? Now, if you don't take it, good. But you will have to face death. Okay? And I'm speaking to you Israelites. Okay? If you don't take the chip, you will have to face death. Right? And if you are faced with death, then accept it. Okay? Because you're going to be raised back up anyway. Okay? It says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name, right? Now, the only way to function in this society when this society goes into when this society goes into being cashless, the only way that you will be able to function is by taking a chip. Okay. Now, if you don't take it, then you won't be able to function in this society, right? And you will have to basically physically detach from this society, man. Okay. Now, this is the judgment for taking the chip, right? This is Revelation 14 and 9. Hold on. Revelation 14 and 9. It says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. All right? And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, right? For a long time. And they have no rest, day nor night, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Right? Now, if you take the chip, you're going to be put to death. If you don't take it, you could be put to death. So either way, you're going to be faced with death. Okay? So, Jake, what will you do? Will you bow? AKA take Jake, will you bow, aka take the chip? Or will you not take it and trust in Yahweh Bashem Shah? Which one, man? Because Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they trusted in Yahweh Bashem Shah. And they were delivered from the fiery furnace. Okay? Let's get Romans real quick. Romans Romans 11 and 4. Because Elijah, he saw he was by himself at first. Right? Romans 11 and 4 says, well, I'll start at 3. Okay, it says, Yahweh, they have killed thy prophets and dig down thine altars. And I am left alone, and they seek my life. Right? But what saith the scripture? Says, but what saith the answer of Yahweh unto him? I have restored to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. Right? Jake, so when you accept the mark of the beast, okay, when you take it, you are bowing to the image. Okay? The image is the system, right? You're basically bowing to it when you take the chip. Okay? And in the scriptures, idolatry is against the law of the scriptures. Okay? So, Jake, we are under Esau's rule right now, right? So we got to pay taxes and all that. Okay? No big deal. Fine. But that don't mean that we got to do everything that this motherfucker say, man. We don't have to do everything Esau say, man. such as taking the chip. We don't have to do that, man. Okay, Jay, and it's stupid to do and to accept everything this bastard say, man. It's stupid, man. Let's get this. Revelation 3. Well, Revelation 2 first. Revelation 2 and 10, it says, Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. Ye shall, that ye may be tried. Ye shall have tribulation 10 days, right? A certain amount of days. It could be longer or shorter. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Right? So Yahushua said what? He said, Be thou faithful unto death. Okay? Period. Now, verse 10. Next, like Revelation 3 and 10, it says, Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Okay? Now, the word of Yahushua's patience is what? It's this truth, man. It's these scriptures. Right? And patience means to suffer. Right? See something real quick. Let's see. What's that? Let's see. This is. Okay. This is Revelation 3 and 15. It says, And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the beast, as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Right. So, not worshiping the image of the beast, aka not taking the chip, you will be sentenced to death. Okay, I would rather die trusting in Yahweh Bashem El Shai than taking the damn chip and being put to death. Because when you take the chip, you're done. Okay? When you don't take it, Yahweh Bashem El Shai will put the spirit on you to face death, man. So which is better? Trusting in Yahweh Bashem El Shai or trusting in this motherfucker Esau? Which one is it, man? Which one is it? Because I'm trusting in Yahweh Bashem El Shai, man. Period. All right, man, I don't give a damn what Esau say, man. He can kiss my ass, man. I'm not taking no fucking chip, man. Period. Get something else real quick. Hebrews 11 and 1, it says, Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. See? So faith is the foundation that you got to have, Jake. Okay? Because during that time, Jake, your faith will keep you stable, man. It say what in Isaiah 33 and 6. Let me get in another scripture after that. Isaiah 33 and 6. Bear with me. Hold on. Bear with me. Okay, Isaiah 33 and 6, it says, Isaiah 33 and 6, it says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh Bashem Shah is his treasure. Okay? So in that day, the wisdom, knowledge and understanding that you have and the faith that you have will keep you stable in that day, man. Right? And you will, right, man, and we will be on the run. Okay? Point blank period. Let's get this. Exodus 20. Exodus 20 and Exodus 20 and 5, it says, thou shalt not bow down thyself. Hold on. I'll get this. This is Exodus 20 and 3. Thou shalt not have no other gods before me. Okay? So Jake, if you take the chip, you are basically committing idolatry. All right? Because you're saying that Esau is your God and not Yahweh Bashem El Shah. And you will be put to death for that. Period. You will be put to death for committing idolatry, man. Okay? All right, so Jake, stop thinking that you got to do everything Esau say, man, when you don't. Such as taking the chip, right, man, or taking the vaccine, man. Period. Okay? So the name of the lesson is, will you bow, aka take the chip? Okay? So with that, I say shalom, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash, Bakatham, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that were well, and a salute and a shalom to all the Akim that are out here laboring and pushing the truth in all sincerity and the truth. And with that, I say shalom.